All right, y'all, here we go. So this is Chess Fundamentals Part 6. Here we go, here we go. So first time we looked at this one game here from Part 2 of the illustrative games, which is really just the last leg over here on the right. As you see, this is just the last leg of it. Thanks for the follow, say 80s. So this is just the last leg of the book. We covered everything else. If you haven't, you can go back and make sure you look at the other videos. And obviously, you can do it on your own using the application that is in the description and also here in the chat. Right here, you can just do it yourself, and you can have this literally forever. So pretty good stuff. All right, now let's be going through game 2. Let me move this up. Move this, make this a little bigger, move this over a little bit. So should be good. We're looking at game 2 right now. Okay, so what game is this? Who was this? Ooh, Akiba Rubinstein, and then black was, oh shoot, this is a legendary game. Akiba Rubinstein versus Capablanca. He played black. Let's flip it. Let me make this bigger. Here we go. Like move me out the way. Okay. All right, we got D. Wait. Oh. Okay, D4, D5. Knight F3. Wait, is this the right game? Yeah, it's this one. D4, D5, Knight F3, C5. This man was like a monster. He played C5 out here, y'all. C5. C4, E6, Tarash. C takes D5, E takes. Knight C3, Knight C6, G3, Bishop E6. It says Knight F6 is the normal move in this variation. White's development was introduced by Scheckler. Shoot, did I do it again? Oh my goodness, they always do that. If I like copy it by like a little bit, they think I'm like trying to copy the book and like paste it. They always do that. Okay, back to where we were. Knight F6, White's development was first introduced by Scheckler. Flip this, turn this around, move this over here. Second. Okay, what happened here? Elaborated later by Rubinstein, aims at the isolation of black's D pawn. Black's D pawn, okay. Against which the white pieces are gradually concentrated. In making the text move, I was trying to avoid the beaten track. Being a developing move, there should be no objection to it in the way of general principles, except that the knights ought to come out before bishops. Ooh, did you see that? The knights ought to come out before bishops. So if you're a beginner here, bro, you need to know that. You need to know that. That's like a general rule. In the way of general principles, right? The knights ought to come out before bishop. Except that, I mean, the knights come out before bishops. Like, it happens a lot. I mean, there are times where bishops come out before knights. Generally speaking, though, that's the way. Bishop e6, bishop g2, bishop e7, castles, rook c8. Wow. And black was Capablanca, right? Yeah, he played black. Used to happen to me first. Oh, yeah. For real, Abdullah, yeah. Using that in the app with forward chess. Yeah, so just don't. I can do this, but if I click on the blue part now, it's going to do that thing again. So just don't click on the blue part. You could do this though. In pursuance of an idea of changing the normal course of the variation, but with very poor success. The move, in theory, ought to be unsound, since black's king's knight here is yet undeveloped. I had not yet learned of the attack founded on knight g5. Okay? All right, and the bishop, in exchange of the bishop on e6, either 8, knight f6, or h6 to prevent bishop g5 or knight g5 was right. This is always very good, right? You see how slow we're going through the game here? Try to understand. Say with me, understand. Understand. Very good, right? Okay, you want to understand what's going on here. So read it very slowly. Go through it. Very good, Kato. Very nice. Thank you. Nick VS, thanks for the follow. A knight move controls 2 central squares. No initial bishop move can do that. Thanks, Chess Lover. Azaron, thanks for the follow as well. All right, so rook to c8 was a strange move, basically, is what he was saying, or inaccurate. D takes, bishop takes, knight g5, and this is what he was just talking about. If the knight was on f6, he could be castled probably already. So knight f6, he takes, bishop h3, attacking the e pawn. He defends it. Bishop g5, castles. Mistake. How? Wow. All right, let's see why it's a mistake. Oh, is this a move? No, I mean it kind of is, but it ain't. Knight takes d5. Pawn takes. Bishop takes. Rook takes. Bishop takes. Oh wait, no, that's strange. Yeah, maybe it's some e4 in there. Let's see what he did. Oh, he took on f6. This is a mistake. The right move was rook d8. It says, in order to get the rook away from the line of the bishop at h3, right here, right? I've been telling students this too, like get away from the x-ray. Be aware of the x-ray, right? And that's where the rook was. And he needed to get out of it. And at the same time, put some support on d5. Incidentally, it shows that white failed to take proper advantage of black's weak opening moves. So he was saying that I was not like a white failed, right? Shows that white failed to take proper advantage of black's garbage opening moves. Black played garbage in this game. He was talking about his own play, but you need to be critical of your play like this. I understand. She can be better. Against the text move, white makes a very fine combination, which I had seen, which I thought it could be defeated. So after castling, he hit him with bishop takes f6. He hit him, and then he's splitting. Right here, he said after queen takes, boom, there it goes. Oh my goodness. Yikes. Sheesh. Hit that man with a move. Knight takes d5, and we live. Right? Obviously, if you take on d5, there's going to be queen takes d5. You can just take the bishop. Probably even taking the rook first, actually. That's actually better. Yeah, taking this way. Take the rook first because that's big material. And then take these, and I'm up in exchange at the end. You're just getting crushed. Start a new game. This is a family channel. Knight takes d5. After knight takes, queen went to h6. Hit the bishop on h3. And then it says king g2. Boom. Exclam. This is the move which I have not considered. I thought Rubinstein had to play bishop g2. When I had in my mind, he had this. So let's see the combo he had in mind. Knight e5, knight f4. If rook c1, oh, snap. Yo, what was he thinking? Yo, Kappa was a monster. Oh my goodness. We take c1. He was like, yeah, this is what I had in mind. I was going to hit him this way and then slice him this way. Oh my goodness. Dang. Wow. So he said bishop g2, knight e5, and knight f4. Yo, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Corbla, my guy, what a big fella. Shout out to Corbla in the chat, bro. Give a big shout out to Corbla. Hey, great job. If y'all was watching chess.com, the story, bro, I'm excited. I'm literally excited to hear the next one. Shout out to Corbla in the chat. Let's go. Corbla. Shout him out, bro. I'm literally excited. I'm like, oh, they got Corbla on here, bro. I can't wait to hear the next story, dog. Shout out to my man. Knight f4. And after knight f4, what did he say? Knight g4. Hitting h2 with mate. If knight h3, take on f2. I mean, and that just wins the exchange. And we know Kappa from being so nice with the end game. But his tactics was still like monstrous. I mean, as you see here, he was still monstrous. Dubai was so fun, man. Yeah, bro. Hey, man, that's awesome. Good to see you out there, bro. h3. And then what happened? Bishop takes, rook takes, and black should win. So he had all of this in mind. This was his combination. If bishop to g2, all of that was in mind. Shout out to Kaba. That man was a monster. King g2, he didn't expect. And then rook c to d8. After white's last move, there was nothing for me to do but to submit to the inevitable. Queen c1, exclaim. Ooh, that's nasty. Okay, what's the problem? Dang, wait a second. Everything's hanging. Oh my goodness. Everything's hanging. Everything is hanging. I can't do anything. What a move, bro. Everything's hanging. Look at this, right? Okay, so if I take, obviously, right, you got the obvious. Like, everything's hanging here. This is hanging. I can even take on e6 first if I like, and then come back and take this. Right? Actually, that's probably the best way. Taking on e6 first. After this, oops, let's see that again. Here, queen c1 takes. You take here first, then come back and get this one, right? Which is really nice. Yeah, everything's hanging, bro. This is like, oh my goodness. This is terrible. And then after queen c1 this way, yeah, the bishop's hanging. Wow. My bishop's still hanging. Every line. Every line. If pawn takes, I just lose the bishop. If rook takes, you take the queen and then e6. Like, you have this line too. Like, this is ridiculous. Dang, queen c1 was a nasty move. So queen c1, he took on d5 this way and said whatever. Just you can have it. And then queen d2, queen to b5. Knight d4, queen d3. Traded him. Not so bad though. I mean, yeah, this is terrible. I mean, he down a pawn and you don't have a bishop. Like, your knight's looking good though, but you down a pawn and you don't have a bishop in an open board and you got a weakness. But I got one too, so let me put the engine on here. Yeah, it ain't terrible. It's playable, as you see here. It's playable. But White is a human? Nah, bro. White's got to win this. Rook fe8, bishop g4. Let's just see what happens. Okay, move around. I mean, he fought, though. Kappa fought, my guy. And then right here, let's see what the text say. A bad move, which gives away any legitimate chance Black had to draw. It really wasn't that bad, right? It was not. It loses a very important move. In fact, as the course of the game will show, it loses several moves. The proper way was to play King d6. King d6. Oh, let me see it. King d6. Rook b5. Take. Knight d4. I mean, this feels good. Black could be winning almost. Going to a3, like, that's scary. I mean, he does have a pass g and f, but knights are octo. Like, knights hit everything. This could be problematic. And White would have exceedingly difficult game to draw, right, on account of the dominating position of the knight on d4, in conjunction with the extra pawn on the queen side, which is usually better. The queen side majority is usually better than the king side, right? And the awkward position of the White's king. That's fire. That's fire. But a6 was bad because rook f7, check up, I snap 1. He plays b5. A5. Oh, it don't feel like I'm quick enough. Yeah, he got 3 of these, and I ain't even crossed the halfway point. Look at that. That's a wrap. That's over. A4. And I got the bishop in the back. Like, I got the bishop ready to sack at any moment. I'm ready to give my life for everything, says my guy. Like, he ready. And then we got these 3. It's over. It's over here. Let's just see the technique. Bishop here, b3, take. Oh, yeah, he had to do that. You got to play b4. Oh, he didn't. Oh, you don't have to play b4. So is there a trick? There's no trick. Let me see. What does he say? A2, check. Oh, and rook b8. Oh, wow. And he gets back. He gets back in time. Amazing. Amazing. And after bishop d5, a2, rook h6, he resigns. With the same probably idea. And also, stuff's hanging. Wow. Okay, as in the game, this is rather a sad exhibition of two masters. The redeeming feature of the game was Rubinstein's fine combo with bishop takes f6. Cool, let's see this one. Game number 3, an irregular defense. White was David Janowski in 1913 versus Capablanca. They played a lot of games. They have some very famous games. Them two. Let's see. D4. See what Kappa was playing. D6. Oh, this is definitely strange. Knight D7. E5. Old Indian. C6. Oh, he playing like the Black Lion way. Oh, this spicy for y'all, chat. Hey, hold on. Hold on. This a hidden gem. You might be able to pull out your bag. Castle, Knight f8, Bishop g4. That's pretty nice. I like this. Bishop g4. Is Magnus to go? Yeah, he looking like it right now, ain't he? On him. Auntie Blur, thanks for the follow. At last, Black is on his way to obtain full development. Thanks for the follow, Illustrated 96. The idea of this irregular opening is mainly to throw White on his own resources. Wow. It's pretty good. Oh, that's pretty good. Throwing your opponent completely off. At the time the game was played, the system of the defense was not well known. Yeah, it is now. Definitely well known. Definitely. Whether it's sound or not remains to yet be proved. Wow. Coming. Yeah, illustrated 96. There's coming. It's coming out. Right. Funny. Its good features are that it keeps the center intact without creating any particular weakness. Right. It gives black basically plenty of opportunity for deep and concealed maneuvering. The drawback is the long time it takes black to develop his game. Very good. For people that play this system right here, right, this is important to understand what he's talking about right here. Right. It's very important after you reach here. The drawback of these type of positions is it takes a long time for black to develop his game. It's natural to suppose that white will employ that time to prepare a well-conceived attack, or that he will use the advantage of his development actually to prevent black's complete development, or failing that, to obtain some definite material advantage. The last part, no idea what you're saying. But here, though, the rest of it sound great. H3, bishop h5, d takes knight e4. Well, yeah, this is what I didn't like about these positions. This feels kind of scary, but yeah, this feels kind of scary. Ain't nothing to say there. Knight takes e4, serious mistake. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like this is from Kappa himself, my guy. Like, wow, this is scary. Like, this did not feel great. Knight takes e4. I consider casting queenside. That's aggressive. I like that. Which was the right move, but he didn't like it because of this. Takes. Knight g3, bishop g6, knight f5. Oh, yeah, that is ugly. That is ugly. Maybe just queen c7. This bishop's terrible anyway. Might would attain a winning position for the endgame. Kappa always. He couldn't help it. He literally couldn't help it. He always was thinking about the endgame, which you should, obviously, but it's kind of like, I just didn't go for the better position that I had to go for because the endgame was so bad. I'd rather go for the worst position that's worse because the endgame gives me a good one if I can get out of this worst position that I'm in, if that makes any sense there. Right. Okay, knight takes e4, and then bishop takes e7, king takes, bishop to g6. Says not good. I mean, it seems right. You got less space. You have less space, more trades. More space, less trades. Not good. The natural proper move was knight e6. That's not hard to make. And then bring the rook over. What's the worst place piece? Correct. In order to bring all the pieces into play, yeah. Bishop takes f3 at once was also good, as it relieved pressure against black's king's pawn. So after bishop g6, this was bad, and then queen c4. But you can play knight e6 now, which he does. b4, we back up. Takes. We're fine. We solid. Queen e4, king. Oh my goodness, look at his king on f6. Bro, what? You gotta be kidding me. Imagine playing this in a tournament game. I couldn't imagine. But if I'm doing it, I'm doing it. It's whatever. I did this with shout out to Chiron, my guy. What up, though? Chiron Griffith, International Master now. I had a game like this. Our first game we played was Chicago Open 2019. Got a draw. And he had my king like in the center like this. We drew the game. It was like nuts. But this is crazy. The king's on f6. The queen's out. This just feels wrong. Queen to d3. Oh, wait, sorry. Rook d3. h4 was better is what it says. To be followed by g2, g4 might have been the more vigorous way to carry out on the attack. I believe it. Sack, mate. Black's weak point is unquestionably the e5 pawn, which he is compelled to defend with the king. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Wait. He could, because f6, g6 hangs, right. The text move aims at doubling the rooks, so rook d3, with the ultimate object. Oh, snap. Well, let's not do that. With the ultimate object of placing one of them at d6 right here, supported by a pawn on c5. What a plan. Black could only stop this by playing c5 himself, but that's creating a hole. Remember, we went on that in Chess Fundamentals number 5, if you remember. Chess Fundamentals part 5 talked about the hole at d5. So that's a hole at d5. Or by playing b7, b6, which would tie the black queen down to the defense of the c pawn, as well as the e pawn, which she already defends. Black, however, can meet all of this by offering an exchange of rooks, which destroys white's plan. For this reason, h4 appears the proper way to carry on an attack. Oh man, this is how you understand chess here. He just explained it to you. Very nice. Very nice. Rook to d3 and rook a to d8. Trading. Got to get him off the board. He said, let's trade him. Then he hit him with g5. This move is preparatory for g7, g6, so you want to tuck and roll with the king. Tuck and roll with the king. Take those. Go to an endgame. Cap out here. Height. Oh, endgame? Let's go. What you mean, right? That's how he feel. Rook takes. Stick with the knight. h4. This wins a pawn? Really? How does this win a pawn? You just take it, right? Queen takes. King e6. I don't see it yet. What? Wait for this wins a pawn, as will soon be seen. Black cannot reply with knight e6 because h takes. Queen h4. Yeah, right. That wins the knight. That's correct. So after h4, he did take it. We're about to see it right now. Takes. King e6, right. Queen g4. Oh, no, I play f5. Oh, but then... Wow. He does just lose a little stupid pawn there. Dang, that sucks. Doesn't that hurt? That's a pawn. Yeah. Everywhere you go. King f6, check, and then you move and he takes. And if you did it the other way, here, like if you go back this way, like, it didn't matter. It didn't matter how you did it. Yeah, f5 was queen g6, right? And now you're losing the f pawn. Either way, like he was losing the pawn. And this is the game with it. It should be game with it. Check, he takes the pawn, queen d6, he's trying to fight. Trying to fight. King e7. Oh my goodness, knight takes e5. And he just goes to a winning game. Easy. The game went on for a few more moves, and there being no way to counteract. To advance of white's two passed pawns, black resigned. Okay. Ooh, and then we're gonna have this last one, and then you guys are gonna do it yourself. The rest of the games is 14 games here in this part 6, and then we're gonna cover like 3 of them. You can cover the rest. This right here, using the 401 Blunderful. This is Chess Fundamentals by Jose Raul Capablanca. We're gonna look at this last one. Oh, and he played white against the French. I'm so hyped right now because I love crushing the French defense all day, every day. Love crushing the French. All right, so here we go. This is French. This was a 1913 Capablanca versus Borowski. Okay, cool. E4, E6, D4, D5. Knight C3. This, yeah, you have this one. This one was sharp. This one is very sharp. If you're playing for tactics, you would either play this one or E5. But you got to play Milnerberry Gambit. Nothing else. Milnerberry Gambit if you play E5. Knight C3 is sharp. But there's a lot of ways you can go, which is kind of hard for white sometimes. Because there's so many ways black can go. Knight f6, bishop g5. I remember this. Bishop b4, and then you take. Yeah, you take. I had one game like this in 2019 OTB. Queen takes d5. Takes. Knight f3. This is all theory. And what the problem is sometimes... Oh, here. Actually, there's supposed to be queen d2. This is the newer theory. Wow. Looking at this is the old theory right now is after queen takes d5, bishop takes, right? You're supposed to take this right now, right? Because you want to double the pawns. Because if you don't do it, then I can play queen d2, and now you have a set of double pawns, and I don't. So my goal here is to now play a3, knight e2, or f3, actually. Castling queen side, I actually have a better game. Because you just got these weak pawns here, and I quickly castle and stuff. That's pretty cool how, like, theory changes and stuff. Because, like, I'm looking at this now, and like I know this theory. But knight f3 can be played, and he still allowed him to take. But you can, the newer lines, you don't have to let him do that. Takes b6, queen d2, bishop b7, bishop e2. Bishop f3 eventually, maybe knight h4. Black's doing fine. Knight d7, c4 hits the queen. Queen goes to f5, and then castle queen side. I ain't never seen this in my life. Wow, I always... Bro, he castled queen side with his whole, like, the front door open. Like, he, like, sleeping outside. Imagine sleeping outside. This is exactly what's going on right now. Kappa was not, you're right. Come on, Holy Akrasai. He was a Giga Chat, in fact. What on earth? That's the scariest thing I ever seen. Okay, maybe not scary in chess here, but that's something. Let's see what he say. An original idea, I believe. Oh, yeah, definitely. We believe that. Played for the first time in a similar position in a game against Mr. Walter Penn Shipley of Philadelphia. My idea is that there is no black bishop. Wow, pay attention here. Pay attention, Chad. He about to drop some knowledge. Clap it up right now. He about to drop some knowledge. He about to drop some knowledge. Listen closely. So he's like, this white castle queenside. Black has no dark square bishop. Cool. And because black pieces have been developed with no view to an attack on the king side, it will be impossible for black to take an advantage of the apparently unprotected position of white's king. Two possibilities must be considered. Firstly, if black castles on the queen side, as in this game, it is evident that there is no danger of an attack. Secondly, if black castles on the king side, white brings the attack first, taking advantage of the awkward position of black's queen. In addition to the attacking probabilities of the text move, white in one move brings his king into safety and brings one of his rooks into play. Thus he gains several moves, tempi, as they are called, which will serve him to develop whatever plan he may wish to evolve. That's fire. Make sure y'all read that like 5 different times, 50 different times, however many times y'all need to. Y'all can get, of course, forward chess. Make sure y'all have it, right? Wow. Tempi, too. This is good for, because a lot of people say tempos, which is still the same thing. But when I found out, I was like, oh, tempi, right? Oh, that's how you say it. Oh, you feel fancy. You know, even though your rating still might be garbage. You know, you feel fancy, right? Tempi. Rizzle Grizzle, thanks for the follow. Castle Queen side, and black did the same. Tempi is just plural. That's right. Queen E3, Rook H to G, G3. In French, you have to say tempi. Nice, bogus. Nice. Can we see the engine right here? Let me turn it on. It's slightly better for black. I mean, that's what they like. They like black by, and I mean, really, this is zeros as you letting it sit. It says minus, like, but I guess I can understand that because white's structure is worse. Literally, his structure is a little bit worse because his king's unsafe. Even though black has double pawns over here, but his king's safer as black. G3, queen with the A5 is getting scary over here. He says, yeah, totally right. He says, unquestionably a mistake. Overlooking white's fine reply, but a careful examination will show that white already has the better position. And here we go, Rook D3, exclam, bring that rook up here to swing around and stuff. King B8, Rook H to D, Queen F5. Knight H4, he hit the queen. This move has been criticized because it puts the knight out of the way for a few moves, but by forcing queen to G5, white gains the F4 move right here. So F4, which not only consolidates his position, but also drives the queen away, putting it out of the game for the moment. Certainly the queen is far more valuable than the knight, to say nothing of the time game and freedom of the action obtained, therefore, for white's more important pieces. Yeah. You can probably read that one like 17 times just to understand the gist of the ending part. But I do know what you mean about the queen being like out of play. Got it. Knight H4 and then F4 and then queen to G7. This is where we are. Queen G7. Bishop F3 hits the bishop. Obvious move. In such positions, it is generally very advantageous to get rid of the black's bishop, controlling his A6 and C6 holds. Right. So this is a good example of like when to trade. Or sometimes you're trying to figure out what to do. I like Rook A3 too as well. But this helps a lot because it helps you understand that this bishop is very strong around his king. So after F4, you play Bishop F3. We're getting rid of the bishop that controls the squares around the king. So it's pretty nice. Removing the defender is the theme. Bishop F3, and then he trades him and plays C5. Open up, see who's home. C6 is coming. So he played it. Knight F3, Queen F8. Oh, 92 is a blunder, he said. Queen of Fate to prevent the knight from moving to d6. Oh, yeah, from this route. From this route. It is self-evident that white has a great advantage of position. Okay. And knight d2 was garbage, he says. It was better to play rook b3. Oh, to pin the pawn, I guess? Which was the right move, but gave it up because it seemed too slow. Oh, and he allowed him to take. He said knight c4, knight b6. Oops. Knight b6, knight a5, check, king a8. Takes maybe queen d4, right? Yep, queen d4. Rook c8, maybe queen a4, c3's hanging, or c5's hanging. So maybe rook a3. Thanks for the follow. Let's go. Rook a3 or no? What did he play? c4. Knight c4 was the right move. Wow. I mean, oh, because knight d6. It makes sense. Makes total sense. He says, I was, however, still looking for the grand combo and thought that the pawn I would later on have on d6 would win the game. Okay. Black deserves great credit for the way he conducted this difficult defense. It could easily have gone wrong a number of times, but from move 22 onwards, he played the best move. Dang. c4? That's right. Let's go. Let's c4, e5, queen g1, e4. Takes, oh, he sacked the, whoa, bro, what is going on right now? Oh my goodness. Yeah, we did a lot of tricks, boy. It was good. He sacked the whole thing. What's the eval? Wow. That's some serious compensation. Insane. Okay, so what happened? E takes d3? d6. This is nuts right now. Rook e2. It feels like you're about to get baited, but then you might have queen d4. He played d7 first, not scared of anything. Rook c2 check. This is nuts. He has lost his absolute mind. Knight b3, and he's fine. Let me see the eval. He's fine. He's not made it. Miraculously, he has not made it. And then rook takes d3. This position is most interesting. I believe I lost here. My last chance to win the game. He said, wow, queen d4 was better. Why is this losing? Rook takes d3 that bad? Really? Yo, what's up, Cappuccino? It's really that bad, huh? Dang, rook e2 that bad? Oh, yeah, that's a nasty move. Oh, my goodness, rook e2 is GG. Yeah, that's what happened. Rook e2 is GG. That's a nasty move. Rook e1's coming with check. We also have like queen e4 swinging in. Oh, this is terrible. Queen d4 was better. Let's go. Thanks for the tier 1. Let's go. Thank you for that tier 1. Queen d4. Rook d8, queen a4. He's not made it, though. He's not made it, though. And maybe not yet. Ooh, hold up. Oh, my goodness. That does it. Does knight a5 not work? No, that's not work. Yeah, he's made it. He's made it. Knight d4 and rook e1 check, and he resigns. Very interesting battle. Wow, and then he lost to the French here. I thought he crushed the French. Now I'm mad. Bruh. But that's okay. It's all good, right? Now, of course, guys, for you at home, make sure you guys are going through this yourselves, because this is the end of the series here from Chess Fundamentals. The rest is just games. We wanted to cover some of them for the YouTube channel. Appreciate you guys for watching. That definitely make sure you guys get your own forward chess right here. And see you guys on the next video.